Ladies and gents, boys and girls, it's Nob here. Thank you for coming back to join me for another war. I'm going to be taking in today my newly ranked forward Absman, Titania, and the initial plan was for bring Tigra for a couple of fights, but I'm going with She-Hulk as we wanted some synergies for me to have a bit of extra damage. Those 10 Fury passives are a little bit spicy for the fight we'll see in a little while. I'm going to be taking path 2 all the way with the first central node Null and then that Mojo on Boss Island. So to start off, we've got Herc on the first node here. Going in with Absman, it's nice and simple. I didn't want to get busy with any of Absman's heavy punishments or even trying to heavy cancel into special. Just wanted to keep in Uru form. I'm going to take my time and just keep it a nice simple fight. It's all I need to do. I don't need to worry about trying to parry or anything like that too often. There is Limber here, which isn't going to really be an issue. I'm just going to keep baiting Herc specials, which as we know are easy to avoid. And I'm just going to spam SP1s. There's not too much to say about the fight. It's going to go down nice and easy. I'm not entirely sure why Herc's buffs were lasting as long as they were, although they're really not an issue until we get down to sending Herc into God mode. I wasn't worried about knocking him down and giving him all his charges either, because he's nice and easy to avoid. I'm just going to hit into his block to hopefully bait some specials. SP1 or 2 doesn't really matter to me. And as I said, I'm just going to keep it nice and simple and throw an SP1 when I get it to keep refreshing my form. Placebos aren't an issue for the node either. They're only ever an issue when it's a Mystic Defender, so arguably non-Mystic Chams essentially make the vast majority of the aspects of this path useless. I'm not complaining. There we go. His immortality lasts a matter of seconds, if that, and he goes down nice and easy. Moving up to Mordo for second fight. Going in with Titania should be nice and smooth. I don't need to worry about parrying him. I'm going to make use of Haymaker to get some early openings. Get some cheeky combos in when I can. His specials are nice and easy to avoid. I think I got caught by, there we go, I got caught by one of his combos, but it's no big deal. Chuck away on his SP2. He was pretty kind to me AI wise. I didn't have to worry about cancelling his power gain or having to deal with him while he turtles up in the corner either. He was pretty aggressive to me, which suits. Another Haymaker here and I can just bully him in the corner the entire time. Get another special off and it's good night. Moving into the centre next, this Null fight is absolute Absman cheese. I'm not sure why he keeps getting placed there, but again, I'm not complaining. Stick Absman in Magma mode, I don't have to worry about any of the hazards. I don't have to worry about armour break because I'm immune. I'm just going to bait heavies, 4-hit combos to prevent him throwing SP1 and force him into throwing an SP2 at me, and then I can go to work. Done this fight. I can't remember how many times this season now, but it's been nice and clean ever since my first time using Absman, and it always astounds me how easy he is to use and how good he is for this fight in particular. There's the SP2, now I can get busy, fire mine off, and he's just going down nice and quickly now. Just force some more heavies because I don't want him to throw SP1 because it's annoying, and he's down. The next two fights I was slightly nervous for, not so much for Mephisto, but Doom is my bogey champ, but we'll come to that shortly. Mephisto I knew was going to be nice and easy. I knew I would take some damage with Titania. I went in with a regen boost, which is always nice to use because I don't get to use them often. There was no point in me using an invulnerability boost. I was most likely to mess up and eat an SP1, as you'll see, and an invuln wouldn't have protected me against the flames. I wanted to knock him down nice and often to try and reduce the chances of him keep setting on fire and just keep him away from me. I was going to play again, take it nice and calm, a very different fight approach to how I did with Mordo. There's me getting burnt as you see, but the regen boost is working nice and keeping me pretty topped up there. Rest of the fight is nice and easy really. As I said, I'm going to take a little bit of incinerate damage, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not much of an issue. There was no point messing around with other counters like Void or anything like that. I wanted to keep a buff immune champ because of the Mystic Dispersion. I thought I might push him to an SB3 here, which might have been annoying, especially as I didn't have Haymaker anywhere near ready to go. But I was happy to let him use the SB2 and just stay away from him for a while. Could have got some hits in and taken some more damage, but I knew I needed max health for my next fight, and I didn't want to spend too much as it was going to be a pricey war. So I can bully him in the corner here. His regen kind of stops him losing any health there. So the SP3 puts all the debuffs on and keeps him passive in the corner, so I can just go to town on him and finish him off relatively nice and clean. And it's good night. So here we come for Doom. I'm not shy to say that he's probably my least favourite champ to fight. I'm not the best at dealing with his specials. I'm working on it and getting better, but a rank 5 Doom is never something to mess about with. So approaching it here, again with Titania I've max boosted. I went with invulnerability. My practice duels went well in managing my Haymakers well to tank SB1s and just wear him down, and I went in pretty confident despite being a little bit apprehensive, and started off not too badly. I kind of chickened out at trying to dex the incoming SP2 and decided to block, knowing it does a lot of block damage, but again I thought in the grand scheme of things it wouldn't be too big a deal for me. And here you're going to see I ran out of time, just lost out on my Haymaker there. My intention was to dex in and tank it, not dex in, dash in, sorry, and I got caught between missing out on that and failing to dex, and the SP1 wasted my invulnerability, and then I just got caught here on the SP2 and burned alive, and I'm pretty gutted about that. I don't mean to sound blasé when I say it happens, but it does happen, unfortunately. I went in once more and it's a clean finish, and yeah, there's not too much to say about the fight. Lessons learned, I know what I did wrong. I could have managed my Haymaker a little bit better here. But yeah, I was just pleased to get him down second time round, as deaths were slightly costly this war for us as an alliance in general. Almost tempted to use a special there, but his aura was up. That was my intention there, of eating the SP1 in the first time round, but timings didn't work out. So as we know, he's pretty tanky, so I was waiting for aura to go down so that I can make full use of my SP3 and get the chair out, and it's good night, Dr. Doom. Again, a bit gutted about the death, but there's nothing I can do about it now. And here we are, my final fight, and the reason why I wanted She-Hulk synergy, opted for that. I wanted the extra Furies to be able to just put down as much damage as possible. I knew I wasn't going to be able to fire any specials because there's no damage over time, and I decided to go for an invulnerability boost, so in case I did get hit, I've decided that a PS1 start to be able to fire one special in the whole lengthy fight wasn't going to make much difference in the grand scheme of things. So I just wanted to be careful, keep some combos, not get hit, and try as best as I can to keep him to SP1, because SP2 is just a little bit more annoying to deal with, and I didn't fancy degenning down, especially after the death I just had. There's me taking a cheeky hit, being saved. I've got 2 free hits left. I think I can make use of them. But it's a bit of a boring fight. I was expecting it to last longer than it did though, to be honest, so there's me getting parried, taking minimal damage there, but I think I finished the rest of it pretty cleanly. Did push into SP2 there, but it was no big deal. Took it on the block. I did want to be careful about his prompts. I knew that I wouldn't degen if either myself or Mojo completed them, but I knew that it would give him some power, and I just wanted to be careful again in just controlling how much he had and dealing with the ones than the twos. But the fight's going, as I said, quicker than I expected, nice and cleanly, not too worried, putting down plenty of damage as well, considering it's just basic combos. I didn't bother with any heavies or anything like that, just wanted to play it nice and safe and see the fight out. Yeah, I'm just talking for the sake of it now to fill up the time, but we're all getting used to that. Overall, pretty clean. Sad about my Doom death. Again, don't want to sound blasé about it, but we move on, you know. Pleased with the fights I've had today. And here we are for the relatively clean finish. So pleased with that overall today. Shame about my death, but there's nothing I can do about it and dwell on it now. I've reflected on it, and that's that. This is how we were at the time as a BG, with a little more work to do, and us as an alliance. I did just look before, and we did finish 8 for 8, but unfortunately for the Latin Wrecking guys, they placed 2 Mojos against us for defence, so I think we're going to win it on diversity. A really much needed win, so glad for the guys, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next